So, I decided I'm gonna make a personal vlog every day, maybe once or twice in a day. Starting now, I don't know if I'm gonna be posting this to anywhere. I don't know if I'm ready to be back on YouTube or if I'm just doing this for me. Either way, if I'm speaking to nobody, at least I'm speaking at all. It's been a year now since lockdown started and the world lost its ability to feel normal and be normal. My biggest concern right now is that I just found out that I cannot have the vaccine due to my immune system. So I'm gonna have to wait for an alternative. Well, that's about it. I'm gonna have to wait for an alternative. I'm gonna be in lockdown and isolation far longer than the majority of the population. So at first it really hit me hard. It made me feel very sad. Oh, I just want to quickly say, another reason I'm not sure that I'm going to be putting these out is because I'm not mic'd up and I'm not in my studio. I'm just on my bed. And I would rather mic my voice up than just be speaking to my phone, because I have the ability to do it, and why wasn't I doing it years ago when I was on YouTube? And YouTube has changed so much. So this is probably gonna be just for me, but I know I said that before, but if it turns out it's not just for me and it does go online, I just want you to know that this is not how I intend to deliver content, because I'm not in my element. I guess I am in my element, but I'm not in the element I'd like to be in if I were publicly putting videos out and publicly speaking about certain topics and intending the public to see it. So if you do see this, this is not the direction I intend to go in. This is more for me at the moment, because I want to do this every day to sort of keep myself sane. I find talking is very helpful, but I can't just go and talk to anybody. I find myself talking, if somebody calls me on the phone, because, you know, I help people buy guitars, or I buy pedals, or, you know, stuff I need for my studio, and I found myself, you know, picking up the phone and speaking for lengthy periods of time to people that probably just want to get off the phone at you know, at the 15-minute mark. But I was just going on and on because I'm very isolated. So just in case this does go on my channel, I want to just quickly do a rundown of the last couple of years. And it's hard to know where to start because it's been a jam-packed couple of years. You know, I lost a very important person to me, my grandfather, who growing up was my father. I lost him about a year and a bit ago. There's been a lot of issues, a lot of health issues, things I'm working on. And, you know, being in quarantine, it's like, especially for this past year, I was doing really well before quarantine. I was walking, I was skating again, because I used to skateboard, and it was just, I loved it. I was skating again. I was kind of almost not cured. I was having really bad days, but I was having really good days, and not just days, weeks, even a month. But when lockdown happened, because I'm immunocompromised, I had to completely shut everybody out, and I haven't seen many people at all. There are so many challenging things being in lockdown and in quarantine, and knowing that I'm going to be here much longer, much longer than I thought. I thought maybe summer or late spring I'd be able to open my studio back up to the public and my guitar tech shop, because I work on guitars. And I, you know, it's a good living, and I'm not going to be able to do that. Or if I do, the precaution, I mean, I need to wear a hazmat suit, like, it, you know, until the numbers go down, you know, significantly, until at least 70% of the population is immunized. I'm stuck. I'm stuck, and I've been stuck for a year. I say a lot, I'm realizing. So maybe I can replace with something else. No, I think that's just who I am. There are some things you can change and some things you just can't. And why would you? So how many years on T am I now? Let's see. 2012. So 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I will be 9 years on testosterone this year. There's so many videos that I never released at all. I didn't do anything with them, and I have all of them. I have like a good, I want to say like 12 hours of material that I just didn't release. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and sorry, I have a cat in heat out there who's meowing. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do an 8-year timeline. It's really important to me that I continue with that, because it's a huge part of my life. So in 2019, I had a hysterectomy, full hysterectomy, and it was very late into my transition, and I should have done it sooner, because they did find that I had cysts, and like there were lots of issues. I didn't realize what that would do to me physically. What happened to me, my experience, and this isn't everybody's experience, but what happened to me was I went through major menopause. I call it MANoPause. You know, I had my deuterus and my ovaries removed, my cervix, you know, SIR, S-I-R, and I went through MANoPause. It was awful. It was really bad. My mood was everywhere. I'm gonna make, I'm gonna do a video specifically for YouTube. I want to educate about this experience. I'd like to share this experience, and I'd like to educate those who might end up going through it. So now I'm almost 2 years, next month, I'll be 2 years post hysterectomy, and honestly, I have not healed from that yet, physically or mentally. So that's the thing. Right now, because I'm in lockdown, and I've been in lockdown for a year, and I might very well be for another year. I haven't been able to play shows. I haven't been able to tour. I have not been able to see clients in my studio. Haven't worked. Haven't been able to do any of it, and it's really difficult. A lot of days feel like they never end, and I know that I'm not the only person who feels that way. It's very, very, very common, especially amongst those working in like customer service, if they do have autoimmune illnesses, or people in the music industry. It's been especially tough on people in the music industry. Lots of shows canceled, lots of tours canceled, lots of everything canceled. So people are playing a lot of shows from home, and I think that's great. It's going to change the way that we view music content and live music in the future. But for now, hopefully it doesn't become permanent. For now, it's fantastic, because I do get to see my favorite artists on, you know, like Sessions Live or Juju.ca, which is a Canadian platform music platform. So, you know, I had to cancel every show I was scheduled to play, including Pride, Winnipeg Pride, because I'm in Winnipeg. Unfortunately, I'm still in Winnipeg. Actually, you know what? It's probably a good thing I'm still in Winnipeg, because if I wasn't in Winnipeg, I'd be in Montreal or I'd be in Toronto, and those places are hit hard right now. Not that we're doing so great over here, but specifically those two cities are struggling very much with COVID. So yeah, all the shows canceled. Any upcoming shows for the foreseeable future canceled. So that's hard, because I had right after, just a couple of weeks after my hysterectomy, I had played 2 shows back to back, and I was living out in the country. I was about an hour outside of the city, so I stayed at my grandparents' house, which is not their house anymore, and a lot's happened, but I won't get into that. So that experience was fantastic. Pardon my language. I might have to beep that out if I do post this. I played an awesome show for a company called Raw, and they showcase artists, you know, visual artists, musicians, and they do shows all over the country, and it's really, really cool. And I was super happy to be part of that. It was at a venue called Cowboys, and it was a lot of fun. It was a nice big stage. I've got some good photos from that, and maybe I'll post them somewhere. Actually, if you check out my Instagram and you go back that far, you'll find that. And then I did a show at a very small venue, very tiny stage, the day after, but that was the funnest for me. That was at Club 200, which is a queer club in Winnipeg. And it was just a ton of fun. So I really miss that. I really, really do. I miss it so much. And not being able to do that has been so challenging for me. So I need to figure out, I mean, yes, I'm a producer, I'm an audio engineer. There are things I don't know how to do. I don't know how to connect my audio to my video running through my DAW, like running through Logic Pro X to go out to live stream. Because if I could do that, I could play full sets on the same topic of music. This last year, I've written, actually the last couple of years, even before lockdown, I was writing a lot. I was living in a small town, I had nothing to do. I was writing a lot. So I've written about a good 4 or 5 albums worth of material. And I've been going through all the clips little by little. I'm finding that, you know, some of it is just not gonna work. Some of it I don't like. And some of it, a good amount of it I'm happy with. And I'm a multi-instrumentalist, so I've got my drum kit, I've got my basses, I've got my guitars, I've got a violin, I've got my keyboard, I've got my piano, like my little electric grand piano, which is great. I've got everything I need. I've got everything I need. So the reason I haven't live streamed music is because I need to figure out how to do that, and I need to get the proper equipment to do that, because I don't think I have it. And the other reason is because I've sort of gone backwards physically. I was doing really well before the pandemic, really well. After the, you know, a few months being stuck in one place, not walking around as much, my muscles started to sort of degrade, I guess. They weren't getting better. You know, I tried to go on walks. I am still having the worst anxiety and panic of my life. And that's very common right now. It's not just me, which makes me sad. At the same time, it makes me feel more united with people around the world. Anxiety has been the worst it's ever been in my life. So when I was going on walks in the summer, I had one incident. I had to phone 911. I was passing out because there were people around, and it was too much for me to handle. It was just far too much. and I don't really have enough space in the house I'm living in to walk around a lot. Like, I'm going up and down stairs a lot, but anyway, so I haven't been exercising as much as I should be. I guess more lately than the first 6 to 7, 8 months, because I did move. I've got all of this material. I've got all of these songs. I've got all this equipment. I've got all the know-how. And just getting it done, it can be really physically taxing. Normally, I would be okay most days, but I'm not getting a lot of good days. And I don't know if it's physical or a good 50-50 of mental and physical. And I think that's why I'm starting this daily vlog thing. So I'm hoping that this will help me feel good enough to get in the studio and get like some bed tracks done, get the ball rolling. Another thing is, I have these high ambitions for every project, every song that I've written. There's a couple that are really simple, straight to the point, verse, chorus, bridge, whatever. I've been listening to a lot of Silverchair, a lot of Silverchair. I'm talking like, not the first couple albums, but Neon Ballroom, Diorama. I'm really into Diorama right now, and Young Modern. And Neon Ballroom, the song, I'm blanking out, Emotion Sickness. It goes through this mental experience. It's an experience. It's not just a song. It's an experience. I think that's why they open a lot of their shows with that. It starts very abruptly, Like, it's very abrupt. I'm playing on a 12-string. Just wanted to quickly say what this is in case I do post this. Dan Electro 59 reissue made in the 90s, I believe. This came to me a few months back, and I've been wanting a 12-string for years, but I didn't get one for whatever reason, and this one was cheap. I think it was like $200 because it was used and it's a little bit beat up, but it's fantastic. So, and it's like a different tool. It's like you can play anything that's played on a 6-string, on a 12-string, but you get more sonic space. So anyways, going back to that Silverchair, I've also recently found out that I likely have ADHD, and that makes a lot of sense. That's probably why when I structure videos out, it's so all over the place, and then it comes back to a even point, and then it just spikes again, and then it comes back like I'm doing right now. So my apologies for that. I've been really listening to a lot of Silverchair and Diorama. There is something really underrated about that album. I think a lot of people maybe didn't quite get it, but it was, I know that Daniel Johns was listening to a lot of musicals, or watching a lot of musicals, or experiencing a lot of musicals, and listening to a lot of Kate Bush. Or was that for, that might have been, no, that was for Diorama, I think. Kate Bush is a very interesting singer, so you look her up. She's, look up Babushka. That's one of my favorite songs. Suspended, Gaffa, Babushka, both great songs. So it's very, it takes you through an experience, and it's a very musical experience. And I'm not saying musical as in, just like a song. Like musical, it's like a musical, like Rent or like Les Mis. Like it's like, and it reminds me a little bit of Bohemian Rhapsody. A lot of the songs have, you don't really get a chorus. It's not a song structured like a song. You get this disconnect from the rest of the song, and you get these different pieces that seem like they don't belong, but they do, because it does eventually all tie together and make sense. And the lyrics are just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Like, good on you, Daniel. You did great. I don't know why it was received the way it was received. Diorama was brilliant. Maybe it wasn't so well received in the States, but it was very well received by me, who's Canadian. And I think Australians and Canadians have some odd things in common. Maybe we think the same, except, you know, we're not constantly thinking about what happens if I get bit by one of these poisonous spiders. Bad joke. But so I've been writing a lot, and it's very complex. A lot of the songs are very complex. So I need to think, okay, how can I get this done track by track? Because I can't be multiple people. I can do all the instruments. I can't get a band in here. It's just me. So, you know, the bed track, I got to start the bed track. And the bed track, I usually almost always go with a guitar, you know, acoustic or electric, whatever the vibe for that song is. And then I'll kind of, if it makes sense, I'll do a rough vocal take so the drums know where to go from there. After the drums, usually pop in the bass. If it's not ready, you know, I might do another guitar track. After you get past the drums and you get past the bass, you start to sort of see it shaping up, and you see where you need to put, like, the tambourines, the shakers, the keyboards, the backup vocals, and you start to add, and you start to add and add and add and add. And sometimes it takes forever to complete a song. Sometimes one song can take 3 months, but I don't want to do it like that because I have so much to work with. I need to set a goal. So this is a list of, for sure, going on an album songs and maybes. So I've got 15 songs for the first record. Some of them are really strange, and it's very different from what I was putting out before. I've grown so much as an artist, and I'm excited to share what I have, what I've written with everybody, because I think people are going to be really surprised, whether that be positive or negative. So, you know, I've got some really nice ballads and whatever. I've got some songs that are very diorama, Silverchair diorama inspired, because they go through different stages and they don't quite have a chorus. Or if they do, it's not repeated after every verse. You know, it's there sometimes. And people might love that and they might hate that, but I gotta put the music out there, because if I don't, I'm doing nothing. I'm doing nothing. And so I just wanted to play, I'm not gonna do a whole lot, but I just wanted to play a little bit of what I have. And again, this is a 12-string. It's tuned, it's not tuned at all to standard right now. I haven't been writing in standard very much. I've been writing in kind of D sharp, not in any tuning that makes any sense. But I just wanted to play just some of the guitar riffs that I've written. And I also want to point out that these are already under a name, under an album. They're copywritten. You can't take them. So I've got this one song. It's called Pull It at the Same Time. And I know it sounds like something dirty, but it's not. It's not. So it's really nice. The riff is just, and this is just the verse, and it kind of repeats quite a bit. So it's, and then the chorus, you know, there's a very melodic chorus. It's a, and then it kind of goes, it does a bit of a, But it's very simple. And it's in a bit of a weird time signature. And then, what else did I want to share? I've got this one song called Plastic People. And I don't know if I can remember a lot of it. I would have to maybe play it on a different guitar because it's totally not in the right tuning. Oh, Metal Hand, that's going to be nice. I wrote a couple songs about losing my grandfather. And I did write a song, Pull It at the same time, is actually about COVID-19. And if the world is worthy of being saved, which, you know, I believe it is. But I also believe a lot of people question that. Oh yeah, I'd have to tune down to drop D for a lot of these. I also wrote a song called Penny. There's a YouTuber that I'm very fond of who does something that I do all the time, breaks down songs and explains why they are so good, why they are classics, why we love them so much. And I've been doing that just personally and speaking to, you know, my wife about that, and explaining why I think this is great. And I'll pause and I'll be like, it's this right here, it's this section right here, it's this abrupt change. So when I found his channel, I was like, oh my god, here's a kindred spirit. So I'm very fond of this guy, and he put out a video. And it was not long after losing my grandfather, maybe it was the year anniversary, just about, where he lost, essentially, somebody who inspired him and kind of raised him. It was his aunt, and her name was Penny. And she seemed so lovely. And I felt inspired to write about her, what little I knew about her. And sort of like a theme that follows the song is, you know, Penny won't let him get you down. Seemed like the type of person that just powered through everything and loved life. And you might know who I'm talking about, you might not. His name is Rick Beato. You should check him out. He's a fantastic person. I would love to connect with him at some point, because I haven't been as present in my production and my musicality as much as I'd like to be, and I'd like to change that. I have this idea that, you know, as soon as I get something out there, as soon as I put out a song or I put out an EP, that'll sort of get the ball rolling for me, because I've been so stuck, and putting something out finally after many years of putting nothing out, and the stuff that I had put out a few years ago, I don't like it. It's not produced properly. I didn't really know as much then as I do now. I've taken courses. I have certificates in production. I don't have a full-on degree yet, but I'd like to get one. I'm not proud of it. I mean, I'm proud of some of the songwriting. Some of it, I don't know. But some of the songwriting I'm really proud of. So I would like to redo those songs. And, you know, I've come across people, I've met some people over the last few years. Some people I've I've already met them before, but I've met them again. Chantal Kreviazuk, Raine Maida, you know, Duncan Coots, Steve Mazur, and their new drummer Jason, who's just phenomenal. I met all of them. I got to spend some time with all of them during a VIP session, and I met Chantal Kreviazuk many years later, or years ago. I met her when I was 15 or 16. I'm 30 now, by the way. I turned 30 during all this pandemic. So I might not look it though, right? I hope. Yeah, I got to meet her again when she did, her and Raine, because they're a married couple. They have 3 kids. They did a documentary called "I'm Gonna Break Your Heart," and it is beautiful. If you're a musician, or if you just love if you love love, you're gonna appreciate it, especially if you're somebody who is partnered with a musician. If you're a musician who's partnered with a musician, I'm lucky enough to be partnered with a musician, and my musician partner is very supportive. So I had a chance to meet a lot of people. Matthew Good, his guitarist Stuart is such an awesome guy. On my Instagram, I did a little cover of one of the songs from the album Something Like a Storm. I'm trying to remember which one it was. It had a lot of delays, but anyway, Stuart's a fantastic guitarist. So I've met a lot of people, and I gave all of them my demo. This was a few years ago, and I wasn't proud of that demo. And when I listened to it later, I thought, well, shit, like, I just gave this to some of my most biggest influences, musical influences, people that I look up to so much, and I'm not giving them my best work. And why am I not giving them my best work? So that put me in a rut for a bit. I'm gonna sum everything up right now, because I think I might post this. I have a lot to say. I have so much to say. I've only just broken through the surface for this video, and I'm sorry I'm not mic'd up. I'm gonna change that. I think now that I'm sitting here, and I've been sitting here for 37 minutes, I know that I want to get back onto YouTube. So I think I'm gonna do that. I need to get this album done. I need to at least get a couple songs out, because they're very different, but in a good way, because I've spent so much time perfecting my craft, and I've got everything I need. I just need to do it. So it's been a tough year for everybody, and knowing that I'm going to be stuck for a while, instead of getting super down about it, I'm going to try to make the most of it. I'm having some really bad days physically. I have some health issues that are undiagnosed. I'm waiting to go get blood work, and some CT scans and stuff like that. So that does hold me back, but I can sit here and talk. So that is something. And if I can sit here and talk, maybe I can sit here and talk and play. And if I can sit here and talk and play, maybe I can sit in my studio and record. I wanted to do a quick video just for myself, but I feel the need to act now. And like I said, I have so many things I need to talk about. There's so many guitars that I need to review, that I want to review, that I haven't reviewed yet. And like, I've got like this Fender Ventura 70s Fender Special Run that I would love to review, and I want to do a good review. I don't want to put videos out that seem not so good. And I've struggled with bullying. Everybody online has struggled with bullying. And I'm gonna struggle with that. It's gonna happen. I mean, it's just gonna happen. But you know what? If you want to be a bully, be a bully. Maybe think twice before you say something hurtful. I need to do this. So, all right, I'm gonna stop. I'm sorry I talked your ear off for 40 minutes. Thank you for sticking it out with me. I'm gonna come back when I can. I'm gonna try to do this more often. And if I can't do everything properly, you know, mic myself up, sit in my studio, have better lighting, have better everything, then you'll see me like this. And if you're okay with this, then I'm happy. I'm happy. I got some topics that I need to write down and I need to write out. I really want to talk about that hysterectomy and what I went through. And I really want to do those guitar reviews. And I'd like to do some tutorials too. If you're interested in learning how to record and produce music, I would be very, very happy doing some tutorials for you. Because I've got some tricks up my sleeve that I've kind of kept hidden, and they're not exactly that magical, but they might help you. So I'm gonna leave, and I'm gonna take my asthma medicine, and I'm gonna edit this, and I'm gonna post it. I wasn't sure at first, but yeah, I've made my mind up. So I named this guitar Duncan after Duncan Coots from Our Lady Peace, because he's such a mensch, and I love the guy. And I know this isn't a bass, but it just feels like a Duncan. So me and Duncan are gonna say goodbye, and hopefully I'll see you soon. And like I said, if you see me like this in my bedroom and you're cool with it, you know, I'm happy. If you want me to look more professional, I'll do my best. It takes a bit more effort for me. It's not as easy as just connecting everything and doing it. I have some physical struggles, but I will do my best. And that is all anybody can guarantee anybody. I'm not going to sit here and say, like, yeah, I'm going to do it like this. Because every time I've said, yeah, I'm going to do this, I never did it. So I'm going to go now. And I hope everybody's, doing well. And I hope that things get better soon for everyone. And I hope that I can connect with as many people as possible through just talking or music or something. But this is a good there's a good entry back into the world of YouTube. So Duncan says goodbye. I say goodbye. See you later. All the best. Take care.